Our next guest on the podcast is Maryland junior utility player and transfer new addition to this year's team, David Mendez. David, thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
So let's break down your decision to come to Maryland this past offseason. Kind of what led you to join the Terps? What intrigued you about coming to College Park?
Yeah, as soon as I talked to Swope, the idea of his development on the individual versus other colleges really don't get into your individual and how you move and stuff like that. So the way he kind of told me he would attack me as a player and what changes he would make and things he saw that were inefficient and really stood out to me and made me love the idea of coming here and playing for him.
Tell me a little bit about that kind of player development focus that they have at Maryland. How did that kind of separate Maryland from other schools you were looking at this past offseason?
Yeah, it kind of comes routines like every day. Like everyone has their individualized routine starting like as soon as we get to the field. What part of our body we need to really loosen out? What we need to activate? Some drills we need to get in the cage work, and they're all separate between the players. So it's like really nice having your own routine to get after every day and staying consistent with it.
So obviously at Dayton in your freshman year in 2024, you were A10 freshman of the year. You put up some pretty impressive numbers. You were batting 342, had 9 doubles, 47 runs, 2 triples, 6 homers. What makes you believe that you can put up similar numbers here at Maryland after maybe a little bit of a down year last year at Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I'd say it's just the consistency day to day. I think I got away from the consistent things at Vanderbilt a little bit, like routines and how I showed up to the ballpark. So I think this year it's kind of been getting back to the basics and kind of relearning myself and knowing what I need to do to stay consistent throughout the year.
Right. And obviously, after that big year at Dayton, um, you get looks from other big profile schools in college baseball that leads to your decision to go to Vanderbilt. And you kind of talked about it there. You kind of got away from the basics a little bit. Um, you know, what have you learned about yourself in this time period since coming to Maryland, since that Vanderbilt year? What have you learned about yourself?
Yeah, two different years of college, obviously polar opposites, but kind of just relying on the guys next to you to kind of compete every day and pushing you to get better and kind of doing it as a team. So kind of really pushing on the guys next to you.
Before we get back to the show, a quick word from our sponsor. The Catalyst to the Game is brought to you by Catalyst Hot Dogs. Catalyst brought the Jersey Dog to the DMV, featuring premium dry-aged Black Angus all-beef hot dogs made in Maryland, served with handmade toppings including hot onions, relish, and their signature chili sauce. And don't forget their original garlic knot dogs. Catalyst always offers vegan dogs as well as gluten-free buns because Catalyst has food for everyone. Find them in Seiki Stadium in Section 14 and the Xfinity Center in Section 210. Tell the people a hot dog is a sandwich. All right, now here's more Under the Shell.
Obviously, you're a utility player. You can play anywhere on the field. Do you have any idea where you might be sliding in for this Terps team?
Yeah, I've been working in a lot at second base, so I'd imagine I'd be working in there. But I obviously have a lot of outfield experience too, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Playing next to you in that infield will be freshman Ty Kunis. He's gotten some great reviews so far heading into this season. What do you think that is going to come from the young guy playing at short this year?
Yeah, he's a really polished bat. He's really good. One of the best freshmen I've played with, and he's in for a big year. So I'm excited to see what he does. I'm excited to be alongside him, and I'm also excited to give him some tips. If any struggles happen, I'm one of my guys, so I'm really there for him. So I'm excited to see him have a great year.
Right. And outside of Ty, this is a pretty impressive freshman class for the Terps entering this season. Other than Ty, there's a couple others who also are supposed to have some big roles this year. Freshman pitcher Austin Weiss, once he returns from injury, he's going to have a big year. Obviously, Bud Coombs in the outfield. Tell me about those young guys on the team and what you think that they're going to contribute this season.
Yeah, I think they'll be a big part of our success this year. I think they'll push us to our limits and really give us a high ceiling that we want, and kind of being there for them. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I didn't really push into the guys as much as I could have. So we as a team kind of just want to be there for them at all times, whether they're succeeding or having a tough weekend. So just making sure they can stay consistent. So kind of being there for them all the time.
And obviously in this new era of college athletics, not just for college baseball, but college athletics as a whole, you see this in rosters where year in and year out, it's going to look a little bit different for each team. And this year for Maryland, there's a lot of names from last year's roster that fans grew to love. Maybe Eddie Akopian, Chris Akopian, Kyle McCoy on the mound. This is a pretty new roster this year for Maryland baseball fans. And obviously, this is a program, too, that 2 years under Coach Matt Swope haven't been able to reach the postseason. And why do you think that this year for the Terps can be a turnaround for Swope and get back into the postseason where they were a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think just the versatility of our team is different. We're super deep. We have power bats, we got speed, we got defense, we got a deep pitching rotation. So we've gone back to the basics this year and just every day went at it, hitting, defense, like getting after it, taking all the reps, winning every single day. So I think the mentality going into this year has been different, in my opinion. I obviously haven't been around for the previous teams, but I've been alongside some winning cultures, and I think the mentality and the effort and the consistency every single practice has been there. So I'm excited to see what the group can do this year.
What do you think is going to surprise fans most about this year's team?
I think our depth offensively is really impressive. I think we have a bunch of guys that can really hit, and I'm excited to see the different lineups that come in because I'm sure it's not going to be easy to put just 9 out there day one.
Right. Pitching wise, I think that's been probably the biggest question mark for this Terps team the past few years. What have you seen so far from fall ball, from these winter practices entering the season that you think the pitching staff, and you mentioned it, that it's a pretty deep staff that they got this season. What do you think is going to surprise people about the Terps pitching this season?
Yeah, I think the mentality of the staff is really good right now, just how they're attacking hitters right away. I think we're a really deep staff, and we got some great arms coming in this year, and I think their stealth plays and just their mentality to just really get after the hitters kind of been different this year. It's been nice to watch. It's been progressively growing, too, so it's been great to watch. This preseason has been awesome watching them pitch, so I'm excited to see what they do, too.
Awesome. Is there any fun facts about you that Terps fans should know?
Yeah, I got a brother in a wheelchair named Diego. He's awesome. He should be at all the games. So if anyone wants to come up to him and say what's up, he'll be cheering. You'll hear him. So
yeah. Obviously, you grew up in Virginia. You played high school ball in Virginia. Were you aware of the Maryland program when you were in high school?
Yeah.
They were in the regionals. I think they hosted a regional while you were in high school. Were you aware of the program then?
Yeah. When I was in high school, Maryland was on their big run on regional hosting and all that, all those games. I actually tried to make it out to the regional, but I think I had a baseball game that day. But I definitely tuned in, and it was awesome to watch the success from that Maryland teams.
Yeah. Were you recruited by Maryland coming out of high school?
Out of high school, no.
Okay. Was that a school you wanted to go to, or you were looking at?
Yeah. I love being close to home, obviously, because I love my fam. So anything close to home, Maryland, that's an hour away from my house, which is awesome. So definitely would have been a school I would be interested in back in high school.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, now your family is going to be able to come to a little bit more games this year due to the proximity. Obviously, you said your brother is going to be at nearly every home game. So that's all the questions I got right now, David. Appreciate you for joining the podcast today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Michael. Appreciate it.
Good luck Friday. I'll see